Hello, and welcome to yet another edition of Bearded Ambition. I am your host, Bearded Ambition, and today's topic is entitled, as you can see by the thumbnail, Surviving a Plane Crash. Now, I know that title can be a bit much. You're probably wondering to yourself, have I survived a plane crash? And the answer is no, I have never been in a plane crash. But this particular topic has a underlying meaning behind it. What's inspired me to create this topic is actually a line or a lyric from American hip hop classic recording rap star, hip hop star, LL Cool J. Off of his seventh album, Phenomenon, the third single entitled Father, he opens up this song with a very profound statement. He says, if your plane crashed in the water and everybody died, would you drown on purpose or would you try to survive? One of the dopest lines I've ever heard in regards to a perspective. He was giving us perspective on survival or death. Now, picture this scene. A plane falling from the sky. Hundreds of people on board. This is a very tragic, traumatic act that is happening in real time. You are on this plane. This plane is coming down. This plane is about to crash. And not just crash, but crash in the water. In the open element. The plane comes down, the plane crashes. Traumatic, violent, loud. I mean, you can only imagine this experience in real time. People screaming, people crying, people yelling. I can only imagine myself how traumatic this would be in real time. But a plane crashes into the water. As you come to yourself after this crash, you realize that everyone on board is dead. Everyone has died. Fragments of the plane everywhere, fires, dismembered body parts, bodies everywhere, and you're the only individual alive on this plane after this crash. That has to be unlike any other thing in life that someone could actually survive and witness. Not to say that there won't be other things in life that would be just as traumatic, but in this particular scenario, this is a very traumatic experience. And you survive this. And as you come to yourself and you're wading in this water, you realize that everyone around you is dead and you're the only survivor in the middle of nowhere. You come to yourself and you realize that you have a choice to make. Am I going to drown on purpose or am I going to try to survive? So here's where I make my point. What are you willing to do in your own personal plane crash? Many of us are at a very low state right now. Some of us are in pains that are unbearable. Some of us are in situations and circumstances that are beyond compare. Mentally, physically, emotionally, financially, spiritually, what have you. We are in some circumstances and we are in some situations that are leaving us in despair at this moment. Many of us may not be strong as others and may choose to drown. I hope that it's not your decision. I hope that you choose the latter, that which is to survive. That's going to take extreme willpower. That's going to take extreme mindset and mentality to keep going in the midst of, I don't know where I'm going. I don't know how I'm going. I have no idea how to get out of this situation. Nobody knows where I'm at. Nobody knows I'm in this low point, in this low state in my life at this very moment. I am scared. I am cold. I am alone. And I really don't think that I'm going to make it. But lucky for you, the one thing that you have is your mind and the will to make a decision despite how you're going to get it done. I'm reminded of a great motivational speaker by the name of Les Brown. And he's quoted as saying, "How is none of your business." How you're going to do something is none of your business. The only thing that is your business is your ability to take action and just do it. The rest of it will take care of itself. That's easier said than done in most cases because our fear is still going to stand in the way of us making a decision. But if you really want something, despite how you're going to do it or how it's going to get done, you will take action, especially if your options are very low. If you don't have too many options between death or life, you're going to have to do something. Death, I'm not going to say that it's easy, but you go ahead and you call it quits, done. Survival, on the other hand, means that you're going to have to endure. You're going to have to go through it. It's going to be painful. It's going to be hard. It's going to be confusing. It's going to be all of the above. And I know many of you are at that place right now in your life where you are hurting, where you're low, where you are just extremely like, I do not know where to go and how to get it done. But you do have the ability to make a decision, despite the outcome. I think Drake said it best, everybody dies, but not everyone lives. Not everybody lives. And you can apply that to so much, especially in a circumstance that's very traumatic and very chaotic. And I'm not saying that most of you have been or in a situation that is extremely chaotic, but my point is despite where you are, you can still make it. You still have a choice to say, I'm in my own personal plane crash and I am going to survive. I am in the cold. I'm still going to survive. I don't know how. I am amongst some of the craziest circumstances in my life, yet I am still going to survive. I don't know how long I'm going to have to hold on. I don't know if anyone's ever going to find me. I don't know if being out in this element, there's things out here that are frightening that I don't even know are around me, but I am determined to live. I am determined. I think Malcolm X said it best, by any means necessary. That's the choice that you have to make. And trust me, I've had my own personal plane crashes. And I know how it feels to be in desperation and be like, I do not know how to do this. I don't even know why I'm in this. How did I end up being in this? A lot of you are saying that. Why me? The most unfortunate thing I can tell you is that when things happen to you and to all of us, is because something better is going to come of it. Your mentality, your willpower, your strength. You're going to tap into things that you didn't even know that you had because you want to live. Eric Thomas, another great motivational speaker, says you got to want success as bad as you want to breathe. I would say the same thing in regards to your life. Even in conjunction with success. That the fact that you want to live, that you want to make it out of your circumstance, that you want to make it out of your low point as bad as you want to breathe. That I'm going to go the distance. I'm going to withstand the pain. If this is you, you have a decision to make. And I am with you in regards to your effort in that decision. Because I've been there. And I don't think we're ever going to not be in a situation in our lives. It's just a part of growth. Resistance is what builds strength. Ask your muscles. They have to be broke down in order to be rebuilt. And a lot of times that's what happens to us. We're in our own personal plane crashes and we're broke down. But on the other side of that, which sometimes it's hard to see at the time that you're going through something, but trust and believe that you're going to come out stronger. You're going to come out much better. You're going to be more resilient. You're going to be magnificent. You're going to be a version of you that you didn't even know existed. And most of the times, the things that we have inside of us are already there. We just have to remove that fear. Just like that acronym, false evidence appearing real. And you have to tap into an inner power within yourself that is divine, that's saying, hey, I'm going to make it. I have no other choice. I refuse to die. I refuse to drown. I refuse to give up. Many of us say, hey, you knocked me down, but I'm not quite knocked out. So with that being said, I'm talking to you right there who's listening to me right now. You have a choice to make. I choose, and I hope that you choose to survive, especially if you're in your own personal plane crash. I pray and I hope that this message receives you in the best of spirits, and that this resonates with you, and that this adds value to your life. Because whether you know it or not, I'm speaking to me as well. So I pray that you choose to survive.